everybody chooses to be poor. Everybody should have passed their classes, go to college, get the best scholarship, get the degree, get the job. Like, sure, if that logic, for sure, everybody chooses to be poor. But it's just not realistic. Everybody can't hit the lotto, dude. Like, it don't work like that, or else there won't be a lotto.
Everyone hits the lotto. Everyone gets $1 out of it.
Everyone gets a fucking dollar. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, the system's built on winners and losers. Everybody ain't gonna eat. Somebody has to work at McDonald's. Has to. Mm-hmm. That it just has to be.
Making sure we're on the same page.
We're talking poverty line, which could mean that you have a house, you have
paycheck to paycheck, right?
But your paycheck to paycheck, if even, maybe you're borrowing against your paycheck all the fucking time because you can't buy even bare necessities, right?
So your boy, out legit paycheck to paycheck, busting my ass every week, bro, trying to stay afloat, right? And what I come to realize is like I'm spending money and shit that I don't need to be spending my money in. There's decisions that I'm making that's putting me in the hole. As a person, you have to sit down and think about, what am I doing? Let me tally up my money, my income, and what I'm spending. You have to cut some shit out. Cut out Netflix. Cut off Hulu. Cut off that PlayStation. Cut off drinking. Cut off going out every night. You have to do some.
But the one thing you shouldn't cut out is the One Up podcast. And if you haven't already, hit that fucking sub, like us, share us with your friends. All right? Just always know that we're here with you and that we love you. Mwah.
I like that, though. That was a nice little insert.
That was a disgusting sounding kiss, though.
Tony, I do agree. I think that the average American is I think that most Americans are pretty fucking terrible at budgeting. But I don't think that, like, for what we're talking about necessarily, like, I don't think that the problem is budgetary for how difficult it is to get out of poverty.
And I was giving an example of one of the things that
like, there's people who've invested their entire lives into like certain industries that have completely collapsed, and now they live in fucking ridiculous levels of poverty. Look at Flint, Michigan. Like, all those, like, they had all those like coal mines and shit like that got shut down. Now they live in a place that has no more jobs. These people are like 40 something, 50 something years old. They don't know how to learn how to do anything else. They're just kind of fucked. And like, it was out of their control. Like, and I mean, by your logic, you could say, yeah, I mean, 30 years ago, they chose to work at that coal mine. They made a bad choice, and I guess they chose to be poor. Like, if that's, like, the logic that you're trying to use. But, like, some people become poor overnight because of circumstances outside of their control.
I had another friend. His dad owned a successful used car salesman. He had a used car lot. He had a bunch of shit. Shit went under. And things got really bad for his family. His mom was the only one working. His dad became an alcoholic because he got depressed, that he lost it all. Like, his business started doing bad, and he lost the business. And they sank into poverty. And that shit was rough. Like, knowing him as a young kid and shit like that, seeing his dad defecate on himself in the sofa. This shit was rough.
And I'm not trying to sound like a dick. Decisions were made, and unfortunately made a decision that just was worse. And that's I don't know how else to put it, bro. I'm not trying to sound like a dick. It's just like, there's decisions. Like, if I lose my job, right? Now I'm fucked. Okay. I'm not going to go out and drink my way into depression. I'm going to fucking try to fucking figure out how I can get another job. So I have to go somewhere else and start off from the bottom again. Yeah, that's going to suck. Yeah, that's going to fuck me up. But I don't know. It's hard for, I don't know. Maybe it's just how, I don't know. I'm like, again, I'm sorry if y'all think I'm being insensitive or being a dick or not understanding or whatever, but it's just choices, bro. And I look at it, if my dad can fucking do it coming here, like, bro, there's no reason why I can't make it, bro.
I think that you should take it as a reason to be even more proud of your dad, given that he was able to make it, because I just don't think that it's the average experience for
I'm
most
proud
people.
of shit as my dad, bro. Like, for a man like him to come 15 years old, bro, like, bro, it's fucking, and people do it every day to this day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so if my dad can fucking do it, put a roof on my back, clothes, food, and feed me and all this shit, there's no reason why I can't fucking succeed, bro. This man came here with shit and succeeded. And people who are born here, who have the more advantage than him, ain't doing shit. It's a fucking choice. People in America are fucking lazy. That's a hot take. A lot of people in this fucking world, in this fucking country, think shit is given to them. That shit makes me sick. Like, I don't see it. It's not everybody, but I see it though. People literally come for job interviews and think automatically they need to get the fucking job. It's like, bro, like, shit is not handed to you. People get a job and think, oh, I don't need to be doing it. It's beneath me. It's like, bro, I don't want to work with anybody who thinks like that. That's just me personal. If you think that, like, certain shit is beneath you, like, oh, I can't do this. It's like, bro, I did it. If you telling me you're too good enough to do that, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I can't deal with somebody like that, bro. That shit irritates me more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's shit I'm not doing. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Right. But you're in a predicament. You're in a position that you can choose.
Like, imagine I go to work and they're like, "Yup, you got to shovel shit." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not doing that. You fucking bugging." I'll be like, "No," and then I'm gonna have a Tony come. I shoveled shit. You should do it too. Nah, fuck you. Good job that you shoveled shit. I ain't shoveling shit. You crazy?
You're in a different position. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you busted your ass. Pooch, nigga, you struggled. You know what I'm saying? You struggled to get where you're at. You busted your ass. I'm not even trying to pull your business, but you struggled to get where you're at. So it's just like, bro, like, if, like, where I started at, if you got into a job that you know that maybe shoveling shit might happen, and then you get mad when that day comes and be like, nah, I ain't doing that, then you know what you signed up for.
Sure, I think you're bugging for sure in that circumstance.
Yeah,
but I think I'm lucky. Like, I did work hard, but there's plenty of people that work hard and it doesn't work out. It almost didn't work out for me. Like, even the landing in the tech field, it was kind of lucky. It's even lucky that I like it because I just sort of picked something at random. I was just like, literally, I like computers. I guess I'll try computer science. That was all my life. That was the exact logic used.
There is an alternate reality Mateo that it does not interview as well, and I did not get that fucking tech job I interviewed for, and I don't know what that dude's doing now. Hopefully he's doing well. Wish him luck out there.
There's a little bit of luck too, though. I'm not gonna lie and say there's not.
It's way more than a little bit. Like, look, even if I didn't end up with my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, my life would be 1,000,000,000% different. I'm like, so much of the good that came in my life was because of us working together and how she bettered me. Like, and even the example that you brought up, right? Our friend who worked at the car wash, he got lucky getting with the person that he got with, and that together they were able to work things to the point where, you know, to get into a better position. But like, the pickup line doesn't work. There's an alternate universe where who knows where the fuck I'm at. Like, my wife convinced me to open up a bank account, convinced me to take my SATs, convinced me to sign up for classes at the community college. Like, she fucking took a little boy and ironed me into a man. Like any number of all those things, if I didn't do any of that shit, like, my life would be completely different. And a lot of that stems from just being around the person that I may or may not have ever met if we just didn't have like a certain conversation. And it's like, maybe I still would have made it, and whatever. I don't believe in that bullshit. The person who made it, put them in any other circumstances in life, and they still would have made it. I don't believe in that bullshit. Like,
people do play a factor. I agree with that. I can honestly say that I've seen people better themselves because of somebody who they surround themselves with. For sure. That's a definite plus. You are fortunate. A lot of people don't have that. You are fortunate to find someone and marry that person who bettered you and pushed you in the right direction. A lot of people don't get that, and you know what I mean? Like, it's it's luck, skills, and who you know, really, and on a lot of jobs, to be honest. And that's a saying that people say now, right? It's not what you know, it's who you know. I know people who got some good ass job because of who they fucking know, not what they know, but who they know. They gave them that chance to come in, and boom, they succeeded.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like the whole like people chose to be poor. It's like the way that sounds almost sounds like they could see the entire future of their life at every point where they're making the decision, and they see where maybe they have a little bit of fun now, but they see they'll be poor later, and they're just like, I'll do that. Like, that's what it seems like. But life has so many fucking ways that everything could get fucked that it's like
variables.
Like, and you could say that it's just the choice, but it's like other people have those same choices and they could make all those same fuck ups and still end up successful because of the supporting cast they might have in their life that other people don't have. And it's like, you can't look at people and say that person did it, so anybody could do it. Because it's like some people are just exceptional. Like, just because Michael Jordan put up those numbers, it's not like everybody could just work hard and be Michael Jordan. Like, it hasn't happened yet.
Oh, we've had this conversation before.
Yeah. But, I mean, that logic is like, nah, people choose not to be as good as Michael Jordan. It's like that's exactly what it sounds like to me. And it's like, nah, some people are just born with all the right stuff and work hard and do all the right things and get lucky with all the right things, and then they just end up where they end up. And
you think Delonte West wants to be homeless?
The basketball player?
Yeah.
He's actually not homeless. From what I hear, he actually has a spot. Like, he has a crib and shit. Like, he's not actually homeless. Yeah,
he's been homeless though.
No, he has been homeless. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I don't know. I like I said, I'm not trying to sound like a dick, bro. It's just I just seen people with less chances to succeed. So it's like, how can I not succeed? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. I just don't want to seem like a dick. I'm sounding like a dick.
Seeming like a dick. I don't think you're being a dick. I think you're not. I feel like you don't know enough to like of like. I think you know the anecdotes and you know you've seen people succeed and all of that stuff. So you're focused so much on the possibility, like yeah, people have hit the lotto. Like, your logic is like, people have hit the lotto, so I can't say that I can't hit the lotto. Like, that's like what it sounds like to me. Like, and like, you just got to read about the statistics out there and the situations that people face. And we're not even getting into the fact that, like, people get tickets, people get fucking locked up for all types of shit, whether they did it or not, or maybe they did a little thing and they got super fucked. It's like,
we have ignored systemic racism in this entire conversation, which is
yeah.
There's so many fucking factors that it just I
mean, because there's even two kinds of poverty. There's like situational poverty, right, which is where like something bad happens, medical emergency, car emergency, your fucking house burns down. Right, but there's also just straight up generational poverty where it's you're inheriting like bad habits and bad spending things from your family, or your family's in heavy debt, or you can't get an education because your family's so fucking poor, or you're not even going to school because you have to quit school early to go and get a job so you can help your parents, or all kinds of crazy additional shit like that. Like, it's tough, man. It is very tough.
It's almost like that show. What is it called? The Gallaghers or whatever. Like,
Shameless, yeah. Their whole
shameless,
family's fucked because they're raised by fucked up people.
But look, one's a fucking medic that's fucked up. One got her own business, and as much as the show is not, you know what I mean. But
yeah, but they fuck everything up
yeah,
repeatedly.
True.
Doesn't one of them
Because
get their
of
toe
choices.
cut off at one point?
Yeah,
Because of choices
one gets
they
into
made.
like Harvard or MIT and fucks it up.
Because of
like-
the choices they made. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
And-
they made choices, but it's like if they only learned how to be one type of way, then it's like you're learning the bad habits from your parents. Like, yeah, maybe you'll get lucky enough and have mentors and learn that doing these things are wrong. But if you never do, then you're gonna be that particular way, and it might fuck you in life. And it's not their fault that they were born into a situation. Like, imagine you were born into a family where just smoking crack was totally normal. They're giving little kids crack. How could you say that little kid chose to be fucked in life if that's what they grew up in? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, if that's the situation you're giving me. Yeah, I mean that's fucked.
Sure. So I'm just saying, make it less extreme, and there's more things that you're gonna still agree with, and there's a line somewhere where maybe you're gonna go, okay, now we're getting into the territory of they're making choices or whatever. But there's a bunch of shit on one side of the line, and maybe our lines are like a little bit different, right? Where
So Pooch, let me ask you this then. Mateo brought up there's two different type of poverty. Right? Do you think that with those two type of examples that he gave, do you think choices still are a big factor in it?
in the situational poverty, yes, because say like say your kid gets cancer, like some crazy cancer, and you just gotta pour mad money into this situation, which this happens to people. A lot of people aren't smart enough, unfortunately, or educated enough to know all of their options. So they might jump the gun and make, like you would say, poor decisions, even but they didn't have all the information. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm still uncomfortable even saying that, yeah, they fucked up. They should have done this other thing that they didn't even know existed. It's like, well, how do you learn it exists? Well, you should have known the right person. It's like, well, how do I, like, that stuff makes me uncomfortable. But yeah, in those types of situations, there's a number of decisions that people can make that could make their life significantly worse. But there are people that sell everything, do the most. Like, I was just watching, there's this documentary called Staircase where this guy is accused of like murdering his wife, and in order to pay for the lawyers to like get off on the crime, he sold his crib, everything that you could imagine. Basically, he put his family basically in poverty, lost the case. He ended up in jail. Like,
damn.
And it's like, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, now he's a fucking murderer. He's in jail. He's in prison. And his kids don't got a crib. And they were like upper class. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what do you do? Like, that's a situation. You know what I mean? Maybe they could have made better. Maybe the decision they should have made was get a public defender. You're going to rot in jail anyways. And then save all that money. But they can't know the outcome at the beginning. You know what I mean?
We're not Doctor Strange.
Also, don't murder your wife.
Yeah. It's a mystery whether he did it or not. But still, he fucked his family regardless. And even if he made the choice to fuck his family didn't make the choice to fuck themselves. Like,
But they can make a choice to unfuck themselves. They're
they
at a
could try.
disadvantage. They're at a
It's hard.
disadvantage
Now,
for
now
sure.
they're like starting from a losing position. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy. People in the Hispanics and blacks in
No,
America
it's not.
start from
It's
a
not
losing,
that
a
it's
losing
not
advantage.
easy. It's that in a lot of circumstances, it's almost impossible. Like, it really is. I just think you gotta like learn more about like the
It's
situations
not
that
about
people are
learning
in.
more. It's just that people are in shitty situations all the time.
Yes,
Like-
I agree with that. Stop. There we go. That's a statement I agree with completely.
I think the degrees of the shitty situations matter. And I think that degrees could be to such an extent where people ain't never going to make it out. And maybe they need to live a whole life struggling just so that their kid maybe gets the potential to not struggle. But that ain't making it. Maybe that's your little fucked up version of making it, in your mind. But that ain't you making it. That's you trying to set it up so your kid makes it. Like,
I think we just get flooded, like even since like elementary school, about like all these like bootstrap stories of people that, oh, you just have to work hard and you got to believe in yourself and you put in the hours and boom, you can make it. That's the fucking American dream, right? That house, picket fence, 2.5 kids, whatever the fuck.
Like that.
Doesn't exist anymore. Shit's gone. I don't think that shit ever existed.
I do think though, if you do bust your ass in certain shit and get lucky and like, it can work out. But yeah, most of the time,
100%. That's what we're all agreeing with that.
Most of the time, people start off at a shitty situation. People who start off good and then ended up in a shitty situation probably won't make it out. But the person at the bottom who's always been at the bottom and is working his way to the top, they met more difficult times than some who hasn't or never did, then get put into difficult times that don't make it out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have no idea what you just said.
Like a person from the ghetto, right? Like a person from the ghetto in lower income areas, they've been met with difficult shit all the time versus a person who is more fortunate and all of a sudden his family goes broke and now they're in poverty and now they don't know what to do because everything was always just kind of like handed to them in a way.
He's making the trading spaces argument. Yeah, Eddie Murphy was the hero because he had street smarts and he came into that situation. Those two old dudes, no street smarts. But he is failing to mention they got bailed out at the end of that movie.
Yeah, big time. Nah, I don't. You should read the statistics. People that are born rich stay rich. People that are born poor stay poor.
Stay poor.
That's just the way that it works.
It's not every.
No, I'm not saying 100% of people, Tony. I'm talking about.
I know you're not saying it.
You were saying not every. I'm not saying every.
Not every person who was born poor end up always it goes back to a decisional thing. Like I don't know how else to explain it. It's a decision. There's some shit in life that you get thrown down to, but it's a decision you can make. It will take one step in the right direction to get you where you need to be. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm just going back in circles. So
I think if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're poor and you haven't made it yet.
Yeah, I would agree.
But all of our parents are living paycheck to paycheck pretty much. Like, and I don't think and
that's not poor though. You're not. I don't. I guess your poor is different. I guess maybe to me.
No,
now.
my poor is like if they get like a $5,000 medical bill, their lives could be ruined. That to me, that's poor as shit. Your life is fucked. You're literally hanging on the thread, and if any bad thing happens to you, you're gonna have to like live in a fucked up situation in order to get out of that position. Like, and maybe you could get out of being homeless, but you still got to live with in any fucking situation that you're gonna live in. Like, I don't know. Yeah, everybody chooses to be poor. Everybody should have passed their classes, go to college, get the best scholarship, get the degree, get the job. Like, sure, if that logic, for sure, everybody chooses to be poor. But it's just not realistic. Everybody can't hit the lotto, dude. Like, it don't work like that, or else there won't be a lotto.
Everyone hits the lotto. Everyone gets $1 out of it.
Everyone gets a fucking dollar. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, the system's built on winners and losers. Everybody ain't gonna eat. Somebody has to work at McDonald's. Has to. Mm-hmm. That it just has to be.
So by your logic, one of us in this pod is gonna always be poor.
Maybe. I'm not saying 1 in 4 people. It doesn't work that way.
All right, so 2 out of 4. 2 people in here are gonna eat, and 2 people are always gonna be poor. By your
maybe
logic.
us 4 are fortunate because 100 other people are fucked.
Yeah.
That it doesn't work that way. Like
There's
if you're saying statistically, sure, some percentage of us is fucked.
within a mile of me, there are probably several dozen unfortunate individuals that are sleeping on the street tonight. Like, I don't think that any of the 4 of us need to go into the statistic to make it any more depressing than it actually is.
Yeah. If you stuck with us this long, ladies and gentlemen, please hit the subscribe button. Like, follow, share with us. We're on all social media and all audio platform. Don't be afraid to comment.
We're grinding. We're gonna pull ourselves up by our bootstraps.
Yeah. This pod is grinding. We're grinding on this pod. We're trying to.
All
this
right,
is our
let's
job.
have a meta conversation because we're 70-something episodes in. I think we work pretty hard. Did we choose not to succeed? Because like this is your logic. I don't think.
Yeah, I
think we're in a saturated market. Yeah, we should just switch it up every day until
we got to do something different.
Yeah,
we got to go viral somewhere. There's a decision we can make.
It seems unbelievable.
So we whip out your gooch.
We could.
You know what I got to
couldn't
do?
accept the success that starts with those gooch. Like I would have to move on. And y'all could be a 3-man crew. I gotta like make my own way in life.
I'm gonna get a one up podcast shirt and just run up to a famous fucking actor or actress and just mollywop the shit out of them and scream One Up podcast all day. And people are like, One Up podcast? Who is that? It's gonna blow us up. We'll be like, oh, this dude just whooped that trick, that dude. He just whooped that trick, dude. You know what I mean? Like, just, I don't know. Something can happen. If it takes those gooch to get us to 1 million subs, fuck it. Gooch all day long. To 1 million subs, I'll take it.
You know, there's a Brilliant Dave episode about this where he dresses up in a yellow zoot suit and screams, "Somebody suck me!" And it ends that deadpan. And then it didn't really work out for him. It goes viral, but it does nothing for his rap career. So I don't think that's the route.
All right, my bad though. Try to get you involved there.
You gonna get us out of here, Chuck?
Yeah, no. Like always, people, we appreciate the love. We appreciate the shares, the comments. Please feel free to comment on this one. Say if I'm wrong or whatever. I don't care at this point. Like, just comment, man. We love it. We enjoy it. Shout out to everybody watching us, friends, family, people in the UK. Bluh, bluh. Everybody. Though you're on mute.
You're on mute?
He's been muted for like 20 minutes.
This guy, bro.
He said, never mind.
Have you just been talking to yourself over there?
This fucking guy, man. As always, people, go one up yourself. You have a choice. One up it.
All right, blue pill, or it's 50-50. You're either going to live poor or you're going to live rich. Just choose rich. 50% chance.